Greetings and konnichiwa, and welcome to the Onyx Tavern. This is your host, the Barkeep, bringing you podcast 51 here at the Tavern, presented by HeroTaku.com. Well, guys, tonight I want to go ahead and just kind of give a brief update on two pieces of news I've heard today. News for both Power Rangers Super Megaforce and ToQger. And basically, these aren't really big revelations, but they're things that, one, make me scratch my head in confusion, and two, kind of irritate me. And there's a little bit of both in both cases here. Let's start with ToQger Ranger. And basically, what you'll see, and I've put a link to it here, is the third promo has come out. Now, since I don't know what they were saying in Japanese, I can't speak to that, but there is an interesting visual in the video, and the site that I've linked down here just gives you kind of a brief picture of it. And what it is that ToQger apparently have the ability to switch identities. Basically, what it is, as far as I can go ahead and tell, is that like the Red Ranger has the ability to transform into the Pink Ranger can change into the Red Ranger, and so forth and so forth. And the image in question basically has like ToQger Red or ToQger 1, since they're not going by colors here, in the Pink Ranger uniform, but still with the number 1 on his chest, and of course ToQger 5 in the Red Ranger uniform, but with still the number 5 on her chest and on the helmet. Now, the big question is why are they doing this? What is the big reason for being able to change into other Rangers on the other team? I don't think it has anything to do with like Gokai change abilities. I would only imagine this ability is here for either some sort of tactical purpose, sort of like what they did in Mega Ranger and in Space, to make the enemy think that you're somebody else. I'm not sure how that particularly works into the series. Or they're using this in some fashion to gain the Zords or weapons of the other Rangers. It's really confusing, because I sat here for a good few minutes and just kind of thought, why do the Rangers need to change into each other? Why do they need to assume the other Rangers' powers? Because again, this is not some sort of Gokai change where they can assume previous powers or just assuming each other's. Maybe there's something in the Japanese translation that I'm missing, and I would like that to be cleared up if anybody knows what that is. But just from the promo that I've seen and the picture that we're seeing right here, it really doesn't offer any type of information, any type of concrete information that I think is helpful to determine this. But I'd be interested to see where this goes into the series. And to what Raptor and I talked about in our previous discussion about homosexuals in Power Rangers, what does this mean when this eventually comes over the Power Rangers? Are they going to basically allow this ability to where basically the male Red Ranger can become the Pink Ranger? That's quite interesting, because this seems to be not like a one-shot thing. This seems like something that will stick in the series and be part of their permanent arsenal and abilities. So to see where this takes on in Power Rangers in however many number of years it's going to go ahead and take, I think will be interesting, of course, depending on what footage is available and so forth. So just something to keep an eye out for. Now, moving on to Super Megaforce, their promo came out. The big news in this was that there is a premiere date in February, so everybody's ready to see Power Rangers Super Megaforce, the first episode, and where that's going to go ahead and take us. But what this promo really reveals is that indeed it's going to go ahead and be a new mode for the Rangers. That the Megaforce costumes, or Gosei costumes, or Gosei Ranger costumes, will be the template, and then they will transform into their Super Mega mode from that. So the promo pretty much concludes this, is that, because the thing is, we see Gia and Emma, in the command center with the other Rangers, and Emma's picking up the morpher. It says new morpher at the bottom, and she's able, she's still in her Megaforce suit, her Gosei suit. And then we see that they're actually able to transform, say, Super Mega mode and transform into the ToQger outfits. So I don't understand what's going on here, because it seems quite evident from the information that they will retain their powers, but along with that, they're going to go ahead and have new powers. And I don't understand why that is here, because it would seem that they should lose their powers, and then Gosei has to give them these backup powers. Because the idea, I guess, is that the way I looked at it is that they had these magical powers, or the Gosei had two sets of powers: these generic pirate powers and this magical Gosei powers. And of course, he would give them the Gosei powers because it's far more powerful. But then they would lose their powers to the Armada, and then they would have to use the pirate powers, which are less powerful because they're not mystical in any origin. And then they would just have to make do with that, and because they're so weak, you have to supplement them with the Ranger keys, or I believe they're being referred to now as the power keys. Whatever the case may be there, that doesn't seem to be happening, that this will be an alternate mode. So what we're going to see is we're going to see them transform into the Mega Rangers and then go to Super Mega mode, or really Super mode, I don't know, and then fight as pirates. But the question also remains is, about the other Ranger keys. Is it technically a different mode for them? Are they actually assuming the other powers? There are a number of things to be answered here. But I think the biggest issue is definitely it's going to be another mode. It's not a new set of powers. It's an upgrade to what they have. And it just seems to me that Saban is just meshing too many things together, things that really should not be going together here. For what reason? I don't know. I mean, I don't understand why they're doing this. If you wanted to do Goseiger, and if you wanted to go ahead and do ToQger, why didn't you keep them separate? Why does it have to be one season? Why does it have to essentially be one season? Because I understand kind of what they were doing with Samurai. I get the fact that you have 20 episodes, and then 20 episodes you have to do over 2 years because of whatever contract you have with Nickelodeon. But really, Samurai and Super Samurai, it's one season. It's 40 episodes of a singular season. Same characters, same plot lines, same powers and everything. But the way that they're going here is they're going to be doing, same characters, new plot lines, new powers. The only thing that's remaining consistent is the Rangers. So this is, in a sense, a completely new season and not a continuation of the previous one. Because, I'm sorry, if you put it on a DVD set, it just gets too confusing. I mean, at least when they transferred from Mighty Morphin Season 1 to Season 2, they just changed the Zords, and they were able to really keep it at that with a new villain and so forth. It was a natural progression of the series, but the way it looks here is it looks like it's incredibly forced. And I don't know how else to really go ahead and say it. I'm going to keep an open mind with the series, but just from what I'm seeing at the moment, I'm not really liking it. I'm not really enjoying it. It just seems completely backwards that it's like they broke something, or they broke 3 different things, and they're trying to piece it and glue it back together, and the end product is not what they intended to have. I really wish I knew what was going on behind the scenes so I could better comment on this. But I can't, and I think I'll go ahead and leave it at that for now. So I have posted the link to both the ToQger and the Super Megaforce promos there. Check them out. Let me know what you guys think and comment on them. I hope that my frustrations on both of these, my confusion, is unwarranted, that I will go ahead and like what they're doing. But as I sit here tonight, I just don't get it. And that's part of the big issue that I have with both promos, and I would like to go ahead and know more about what's going on, and I'm eagerly anticipating February premieres. But I want to thank you guys for listening. Again, check out those promos, leave me comments, and let me know what you think. Otherwise, have a good evening, and the tavern is now closed.